Good morning. I'm going to just do a really quick overview of the Food Charter, and we've done a lot of talking around the things that matter to food security, but we haven't done a whole lot of talking about what this document actually is and how it came to be. So I just want to just do a very quick overview of that. Food charters are one-page statements of belief about what our food system should look like. Typically, they've been municipal, and there's several cities in Canada that have one: Saskatoon, Toronto, Kamloops, Prince Albert, and others. Typically, they're developed by the people and delivered to government for a single signatory. The Manitoba Food Charter has been a little bit different than that from day one. We had a strong guiding coalition of people who met in December of 2004 to talk about what we could do to make a difference, and some people in the room had heard about food charters and suggested it. So we looked at our province, we looked at the people that wanted to work on it, and said initially the suggestion was for a Winnipeg food charter. And so, of course, being a northerner and a farm kid, I strongly protested, and so did some others in the room. And we said, no, we want to go Manitoba. This is province-wide. We're all in this together. So our charter, and not due to me, due to a whole whack of people, belongs to the people. We had over 1,500 people contribute. It's provincial in scope. It has multiple signatories. We sought, like I said, we sought public input. We held 71 consultations across the province, 1,500 people, about 3,000 pieces of data that we had to try to distill down into this one-page document about what Manitobans thought about their food system. We then took the draft charter to rural, northern, and urban forums for feedback, and the final document was ratified by the board. This picture here is Chief Betsy Kennedy from War Lake, was involved in our Thompson Forum. The Manitoba Food Charter format, the format of the document itself, that's what it looks like, one page. The first paragraph is its definition and purpose. Second section is the current situation in Manitoba, the things that are good, the things that we would like to work on. The third section is the vision, which is two parts. It's an overriding principle, and then there's 7 or so components underneath that. And then the final paragraph is a signatory commitment. The purpose of the charter, what is it there for? It is not a statement of policy. It is Manitobans' common vision for a just and sustainable food system that will guide and inform government, business, nonprofit organizations, communities, families, and individuals about food security. It will help all of those with planning, policy, and program development, and with our practice, with our action, how we carry it out. In mutual effort. So the vision itself is to point all our eyes and hearts in the same direction. And feet. And it's endorsed by multiple Manitoba food system stakeholders. The vision. Our vision is a just and sustainable food system rooted in healthy communities where no one is hungry and everyone has access to nutritious food. It's an economically viable, diverse, and ecologically sustainable system to grow, harvest, process, transport, and distribute food while minimizing waste. And then there's 7 components, which I won't go into. The charter commitment is, we therefore declare our commitment and intent to work in partnership toward achieving a just and sustainable food system. We recognize this commitment has implications for our policies, our programs, and our practice, and we are willing to make this commitment It indicates our sense of collective and personal responsibility for present and future ecological, economic, and social well-being of Manitoba and Manitobans. Okay, the Food Charter action steps. Okay, this is just a piece of paper and it's worth about 2 cents plus the ink if you don't put it to work. So, the action steps, which aren't on the charter, is what really matters the most. Our signatories may be individuals or organizations who are committed to working within their mandate and ability to improve food security. So no one's asked to do it all. You're asked to claim a piece through action steps. And these action steps have usually been developed in consultation with a charter staffer or a board member. And the signing is a declared commitment. It's not a bilateral agreement. If those of you who were at the signing ceremony yesterday, only the agency person themselves signed to do it. It's not a bilateral agreement. If you don't do what you said you're going to do, nobody's going to hold your nose to the grindstone, but it's your commitment that you're personally and organizationally making to making Manitoba more food secure. So therefore, it's your business, but we're all in this together, so we're going to try to do what we can to help you carry out what you committed to do. So Manitoba is a very big province. And we, in the Food Charter, have separated our work into 3 regions. First region is the smallest and most populous, and that is the city of Winnipeg with approximately 700,000 people, and and with its very much a set of issues inside the perimeter that's fairly different, and also sometimes not too realizing of what happens outside that road. At least that's the way we in the north and rural kind of see it sometimes. The second area of Manitoba is the rural area. Now we kind of put Brandon as its capital city of rural Manitoba, but there's really quite a few centers. And rural Manitoba has a population somewhere of around 400,000. And then there's the north. We put Thompson kind of as our capital city, but there's the Paw and there's a few other larger centers. Churchill. We have about 75,000 people and by far the largest landmass. The urban area has food issues of food access, affordability, poverty, and those things also are issues in other areas. A really distinct set of issues. Their primary concerns we found on the consultations were depopulation and being able to do agriculture in a way that is simultaneously economically and ecologically sustainable, and then all the issues about markets and globalization. And in the north, our concerns are food access and affordability. Food is expensive if it's there, and in the city you don't really have to worry about there not being any bread when you go to the store. But that is a concern in the north. Freight rates, loss of traditional skills and acquired skills. So that is the end of part 1, is kind of the overview of how we came to be here and our 3 regions.